Okay, can people see me in all my pale glory? I'm having pajama day too, as I usually do. Okay, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm having pajama day too, as I usually do. Oh, Megan. Okay, okay. So, hi, Abby Jean. Thank you for alerting people to what's happening and why I might be delayed. Thank you, Nicole. Nicole is here, as is Megan's Book Nook. Hi, Megan. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Abby Jean. And some chick called Bargain Counter Argument. I don't know what that's about. Sounds like some sort of political nonsense to me. She probably cares very deeply about the elections in Greenland or some BS. I don't know. Some chick. Yeah, seen in her. I am some chick. Just some chick. How's everybody doing this afternoon? Oh, Ana is here, but reading on her tablet. What you reading? What you reading? Tell us, tell us, tell us. We're not going to let you read until you tell us. And she's like, I can just mute you. I don't have to be here. Okay, so how's everybody doing? I should warn you guys, I haven't slept. I didn't sleep at all last night. Like, I wasn't dreaming I was awake. I was legit awake. So I seem to have gotten my second wind. I have some nice coffee in my purple mug. And so I'm feeling okay. But, you know, if at some point in the proceedings I come back from a stream and I'm tucked up in my bed, I come back from a sprint and I'm tucked up in bed, you know what happened. Hey, Sarah! It is so good to see you, and I hope it's not imposing too much if I occasionally ask you for a little additional information about category romances. Or not, you know. You're just here to have a relaxing time and you don't want to, you know, don't want to talk shop or don't, you know, just want to enjoy. That's fine. Trip Switch by Alison Speka. Not familiar with any of those words in that particular order. And fanfic. And Sarah says, always happy to answer questions. Well, thank you. Okay, and do you mind if I ask what fandom, or is that something you prefer to, you know, keep to yourself? I mean, it's none of my business. I'm just being nosy as can be. Okay, so yeah, I actually have been having a pretty productive morning. I got some cleaning done. I didn't get a whole lot of reading done. Well, that's not exactly true because I couldn't sleep. So I ended up reading Truly Madly Deeply by Alexandra Bellefleur. But I don't know. I've reached the stage in my day where I just kind of feel like a hummingbird, you know. Nothing really feels real, but I'm going to act like it is. Ah, okay. And Nicole says, if anyone has a recommendation for a book with an MMC similar to Zorro, please share. I know that's a stretch, but I watched the 2 Banderas Zorro movies and I need more of this type of hero. And Ana says, as to fanfic, Harry Potter, I'm in a nostalgic mood. Well, I believe my sister and sister-in-law met in Harry Potter fandom. So, you know, Abby Jean says, hey, Megan. And Megan says, hey, Abby. Let's see. Zorro. I don't know. Can't think of any off the top of my head. Okay, so oh yeah, we had a nice lunch. We had, because we have our big meal at lunch, so we had crab cakes and salad and Hasselback potatoes, which if you're unfamiliar, they take small potatoes and they cut them horizontally, make many, many cuts horizontally, but you don't cut it all the way down. Just you leave a little bit of a spine. So it's all still one potato, but it's got all these cuts in it. And then you drench it in butter. It's quite nice. And it went surprisingly well with the crab cakes. So that was good. And yeah. So, for those of you who are used to the deal, it's gonna, be like I usually do. And for those of you who aren't, what I usually do is this first sprint is only 10 minutes long. And the idea is that if you have like a unpleasant chore you need to do, like cleaning the bathroom or emptying the litter box or taking out the trash, whatever, it's something you don't want to do for more than 10 minutes, then you can do that during this first 10-minute sprint. Nicole has called it the 10 minutes of yuck, because you're doing something you don't want to do. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. How can I be a middle-aged lady in a tiara talking about books if I'm not wearing the dang tiara? Okay, so 10 minutes of yuck. And oh wait, Ana says I had tuna salad over lettuces. Nice. I like a nice tuna salad with lettuce. Okay, well, this is the second time I've done that, where I've just like been going along, just being myself, and then realizing that I'm not wearing my tiara. And both times I was planning to wear the one that was topping the tree. Ow! Oh man. Okay. Nicole says my 10 minutes grading over spring break. Literally 10 minutes, and that is it. LOL. Cool beans. I actually did a lot of dusting and vacuuming and stuff earlier today, and that was my 10 minutes of yuck. Anna says, I'm to tidy the living room, sigh. Stormy's here. She remembered. Thank you for showing. Appreciate. And Abby Jean has a rack, by the way. Stormy. Nicole was looking for recommendations for MMCs that are reminiscent of Zorro, because she's just been watching the Banderas movies. And so she was kind of looking for that kind of energy. And Abby Jean has a rec. And she's saying, check out The Shadow of Theron by Catherine Troy. I haven't read it, but I think it's a Zorro retelling. Romantasy duology. Nice. Okay, and I was just explaining. Oh, hang on. And Nicole says, Abby Jean, thank you. So yeah, if anybody wants to like think about that, if they have anything they can remember, I'm sure I'm sure I'll think of something. I can't guarantee that. Okay, so I was just explaining that we're doing the 10 minutes of yuck. This is the first sprint is only 10 minutes long, and that's so we can get unpleasant chores out of the way. Nicole's going to be doing some grading. Ana's going to be cleaning her living room. I'm going to be, well, I actually already did like an hour of yuck earlier, so I am just going to be chilling out because I'm kind of tired. And I'm probably going to get myself an additional beverage. So hang on, let me pull up the radio station. River. I wasn't too pleased with the radio stations I used last time. They were rocking a little too hard for me. So we're going to go with Back to the River, 105.9. And here it is. Oh, R.A. Marley. Hi. I hope we're having a splendid day. So far we are. I'm about to start our first sprint, which is only 10 minutes long, so that you can get any unpleasant chores out of the way that you only want to do for 10 minutes. And then we'll have longer sprints, usually a half an hour for the rest of the afternoon, in between stopping to chat. And I am right now posting the radio station I will be listening to after I mute my mic, because I don't want to get any kind of copyright issues. And anybody who wants to rock with Sock can do that. So here we go. It's 10 minutes, tea, and bird watching. Ooh. See, it doesn't have to be an unpleasant chore. It can be something nice. I already did my unpleasant chores, so I'm probably just going to get myself something to drink and chill out. Okay, so yeah, let me paste in the link for the radio station. This is the River 105.9. Variety from the, what is it? Variety from the, oh, Hartford's Variety, 70s, 80s, and 90s. So, yeah, this is Hartford, Connecticut, and Springfield, Massachusetts, and the river they refer to is the mighty Connecticut. This is a very, very pretty river that goes right through my town. Oh, and Anna says she made iced coffee. Did you bring enough for everyone? Okay, so here is the link for the radio station. And we will be coming back at, it's 2:11 where I live, so we'll be coming back at 21 minutes past the hour. Let me just type that in. Ah. Oh boy. Okay, you guys. See you in 10. Okay, and we're back. It's been 10 minutes. And I actually did some yuck after all. I cleaned some of the lunch dishes. And now we have done the pleasant or unpleasant things, depending on what your schedule permitted, and we can have some fun. Mandatory fun. So, do you want to see some stuff I got recently, or should I explain today's project? Well, actually, it's going to be the project for the next several months. Wait. Uh-huh. I continued to promote a collab stream coming up, LOL. Oh, you can do that now too. Tell us everything we need to know. If it's something that is generally invited, where people are let me just jump down to Nicole. She says she needs 5 more minutes to see the stuff. So and Storm made a couple of video clips. Excellent. Now oops. Tell us everything. Well, we've got 5 minutes because Nicole has to, I guess, wrap something up or get a nice beverage or something before she can enjoy the stuff, the haul. So yeah, I mean, if you spent your 10 minutes promoting a collab live stream, then like I said, you can just continue to do so. Unless you really only wanted 10 minutes to do that. You're just like, oh, maybe later. Let's see. Yeah, tell us everything. Pretty please, says Nicole. Almost done grading. 5 more kids. Okay. Yes, SD Houston is streaming her Kickstarter close, very successful, and a handful of us are joining her to celebrate. SD Houston, I'm not familiar. Is she a writer, a YouTuber? What's her deal? And Ana says, whoops, I got some picking up and organizing done. Excellent. We're Oh, Rachel says, we're all releasing standalone or first in the series romantasy books. Ooh. I mentioned this before, but I'm working on a vlog that's kind of the first in a series where I'm going to be reading, first in a series, channel series on my channel, where I read the first book in a series and decide if I'm going to dive into that series or drop out because it's not for me. But I'm doing that with books that already have a lot of so far, I'm doing it with books that already have a lot of books in that series. Like I'm starting with Christine Feehan, or is it Feehan? Anyway, she and here we go. Not quite used to how this showing the comments thing works. And Rachel, I think it is Rachel, Rachel. She is a writer, YouTuber, and founder of the AuthorTube Writers Conference. Nice. So when is this happening, and on whose channel may we find it? And yeah, we're just kind of vamping while Nicole finishes up. She's got 5 more kids to grade. Yeah, that one's a fryer. That one's a roaster. That was in extremely poor taste. I went to junior high in the 80s. What can I say? And Stormy says, I have heard of SD Houston, but not read her. Okay, yeah. Nicole says she's all done. Okay. Well, oh, wait. Rachel says, it is Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific. You say PST and 6 p.m. EST. Do you mean actually Pacific Daylight and Eastern Daylight? And it's on SD Houston's channel. Is it SD Houston or what's the deal? Okay. So, yeah. Now, I'm just going to describe today's project. Let me see. Wait. Oh, okay. So PST, EST, I assume you actually mean daylight. And HD Houston channel, if you could just give us some clarity on what her channels. I do mean PDT and EDT, not used to the time switch yet. It has only been like, what, 4 days, 3.5 days? Okay, and if you could give us some clarity on what SD Houston, what SD Houston's channel is actually called. Is it just SD Houston, or can we just, throw that into the search bar and find her? Anyway, so while Rachel is formulating a response, I'm going to talk about today's first I'm going to describe today's project and then the haul. Okay, so let's see if I can. Okay, and Rachel says, yep. Oh, let me put this up here. Yep, her name, just her name, SD Houston. Okay, that's Huston. It's Houston without the O, not like the city. Okay, let's see if I can position my, I'm using my onboard camera on my laptop. And so we'll see now if you can see the cart. First off, this is part of the haul, are these garlands that I got. And underneath, though, we have some of the butterflies have started to migrate. And we have a lot of Harlequin Presents. This is maybe, I think it's like around 120. This cart has 4 tiers. And I think I've got about 100 to 120 on here. Oh, okay, here we go. Some more information from Rachel saying, her book is formally releasing by summer, a forbidden romance between a mermaid and a dragon king. Just saying, that's pretty enticing. I have been doing a whole mermaid thing for a vlog that I'm working on that hopefully will be posted on Sunday. I don't know how much you guys can see because I've got this like tiny little box and I'm not sure if it's actually, anyway. And Rachel adds, I love floral garlands. Well, I got floral garlands, but first I'm going to talk about these. Now, these are category romances, which, for those of you unfamiliar with that term, a category romance would be a romance that is published as part of a specific line. The classic one in North America is Harlequin, but there are also others like Candlelight Ecstasy, now defunct. The Silhouette, now defunct. Love Swept, now defunct. And Harlequin started originally as simply republishing the books published in the UK and Commonwealth countries as Mills and Boon. And then Harlequin now publishes stuff that has not first been published in the UK or the Commonwealth countries. And they have a lot of different lines. And the ones I gravitate toward are Harlequin Presents from like the 70s and 80s, which is when I started reading them like around 83 or so. And Harlequin Presents. Now, Harlequin Romance, the classic line, those tended to be very sweet, clean, not necessarily a lot of super dramatic plots, not necessarily a lot of emphasis on luxury or such. The Presents line, which I hope Sarah is, if she's still here, she can correct me if I'm wrong about this. I believe that in the UK, it was all just Mills and Boon. They didn't have separate lines. However, Harlequin in North America, Don Mills, Ontario, actually Toronto, Ontario, but yeah, they separated out the Harlequin Romance line, which is the kind of like sweet, clean, like I said, not necessarily super decadent, super luxurious kinds of stories, from the ones that were more dramatic, dealt with more adult themes, not just in terms of how much sex could be on page and what the relationship between the characters had to be before they could have sex. Like Harlequin Romance, there was, in those days, 70s, 80s, if there was any sex, it was not on page, it was implied, and it had to be, the couple had to be married. Not so much with Presents. There had to be some kind of emotional commitment on the female main character's part, but they didn't necessarily have to be married. And they would deal with some other stuff. And there was also a lot of emphasis on wealth and glamour and luxury travel and glamorous professions. And the female main characters could kind of have more strong careers. Okay, now I'm going to pause and see what the comments are, because I see Sarah's jumping up and down and probably saying, you've got it all wrong, Sock. Okay. Okay, so Anna says, ooh, lovely. Rachel says, I have never heard of the ones outside Harlequin. Well, most of them are not around anymore. They're just not. And okay, thank you, Sarah. She says Mills and Boon does have separate lines. Nice, thank you. I appreciate it. Let me I have this tilted way forward so you can see the cart. So she says, yes, actually, they do have separate lines. Stormy's like, hi, Sarah. And that Presents is known as modern with Mills and Boon. Cool beans. I did not know that. Thank you for the clarification. Sarah is really the person who knows her stuff when it comes to categories, especially but not limited to Harlequin. So anyway, I have these, and I think the earliest one I have, let's see, these got out of numerical order when I moved them to the cart. Anyway, what I'm planning to do with these, this is the project. I already have a spreadsheet that has the titles, the numbers, okay, because they publish so many of these, and people would get you could buy them in grocery stores or bookstores or some drugstores, airports, things like that. Bus stations, probably, I don't know, newsstands. I remember going to Greece and seeing them in Greek on newsstands. This is in like 1983 or 1984. And you could also subscribe, and every month they would send you a certain quantity of books. It changed over the years. I think at one point it was as many as 8, but usually it was 6. But I think they did up it to 8. I don't know what it is now. Sarah will know. I'm counting on Sarah to save my bacon here. Okay, so anyway, so they all have these numbers. Like this is 55, if you can see. And this is Love This Stranger by Rosalind Brett, or Rosalind Brett. And you can see we have a very glamorous chica from the 1970s. And these are like sprayed edges. They stopped doing sprayed edges fairly early on, I think. Oh, wait, there's something else here that I can't see. I used to have the 5-book subscription. Oh, you could actually do like, I want 5, okay, cool. And this is copyright. Oh, wow, this is really interesting. Usually I haven't seen this before in a Harlequin, not that I remember anyway. On the copyright page, it says, this edition copyright the estate of the late L.D. Warren, 1966. But the Harlequin Presents edition was published in August of 1974. So that's interesting to me. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Or not like that I noticed. Anyway, the thing about categories is that they have pretty strict publishing guidelines. Like they can only be so long. You know, they're all fairly short. They tend to be kind of within, it's not down to the 100 of words. Like you don't have to have like 55,000 words exactly, because they can play around with, you can have it be a little longer or a little shorter. They'll give you more pages, or sometimes they'll change the font. This one has relatively small fonts, and it's 188 pages. This is fairly typical. Anyway, but it's not the oldest one that I have. I do have a reissue of Presents number 6. Oops. Okay, the garland is now on the floor. Oh, Anna says they would send her a mixture of their lines. Nice. Let's see. So like I said, when I moved these onto the cart, I got the numbers all messed up. Okay, this one is number 6 by Violet Winspear. The Honey is Bitter. However, this is a reissue. You can tell because it doesn't have the sprayed edges, unlike, say, let's see, number 18 here, also by Violet Winspear. She was pretty prolific in the early days of Harlequin Presents. Well, she was a Mills and Boon writer. But yeah, you can see the covers actually have a wide variety of art styles at this time. Anyway, so my plan with these is I have a spreadsheet already that has the number, the author, and the title, but that's it. So I'm going to go through them and add to the spreadsheet like a major trope and a setting. Like this book is, let's see. This looks like it's probably fake relationship, fake engagement. He's a domineering Spaniard. There's a lot of that kind of like association of certain nationalities with certain stereotypical characteristics. The dominating Spaniard, the suave French trim, the that kind of thing. So yeah, that's, I mean, and so I would put this down as being fake relationship, and the setting is apparently Spain. So I'm going to add those to the spreadsheet. And the idea is that I would like to, at some point, share the spreadsheet if people are interested. I'd kind of like to do some vlogs where I read these books and just vlog the experience, which I already did with the Retro Romance Readathon vlog that I did, where I did 2 Candlelight Ecstasy romances and 1 Harlequin Presents. Okay. I know that was a lot of information very quickly. So yeah, at some point I'll figure out how to share my screen during a sprint so you can see my spreadsheet and get an idea for what I'm trying to do. So yeah, okay. I'm done flapping my gums about that for now. Do people want to see the stuff? The other stuff that's not books. Or have I lost everybody? Everybody's like, I'm still taking notes. Don't worry, there's not going to be a quiz. Let's see, says Anna. That is all the encouragement I need. Okay, this is because Joanne Fabrics is going out of business, and that blows. However, they are having these liquidation sales. So I got 4 garlands, but 2 of them are very Christmassy, and they're shedding glitter like crazy. So I put them up in the attic to think about what they've done. I have this garland. Some of my fake snow got on the garland. This garland, which is pink and white with, of course, green flowers. And that's been on this cart. And then this garland, which is these sort of orangish pink peonies, that has been out in the heartfelt hallway where I keep my romances draped over my step bags. And I think these are between 5.5 and 6 feet long. Okay, so those are the garlands. However, I also got some tree ornaments because I do seasonal trees. I did have had a Christmas tree, then I had a Valentine's Day tree, and now I have a spring tree. This is here behind me, which you can't see it right now because of the way the computer is angled. And in the other room, I have a smaller tree that is a food tree. It's got ornaments that are all about food and cooking. So are we ready to see some ornaments? Anna says, I need some black roses and ivy for my shelves. Ooh, that would be so pretty. Megan gave me some ivy for my shelves, and I actually wore some of it as a tiara. It was an electrified tiara. Stormy says, yeah, so are they going completely out of business or just closing stores? Was wondering if they would still have their website. I think they do now, but I think it's all going. Megan says, ready. Let's see them. Okay. Because when I put my order in for Joanne, I got this, I got an electronic receipt and a notice saying that because they're drawing from the inventory of a number of different stores to fulfill these orders during their liquidation, that they, it would probably take a little bit longer than usual to fulfill those orders. So I don't know how long I'd never ordered from them before I'd purchased an in-store, but so I don't know if it took that much longer. It was pretty efficient. Okay, so when I do the tree for summer, this pink flamingo is going to be a part of that. Megan says, ready? Yeah, Abby Jean says, let's see them. So we have the flamingo. And I already put some of these on various trees. So this one was on the food tree. And these are, I hope you can see, love that flamingo, my niece's favorite, the feather, says Abby Jean. Yeah, he's a cutie pie. These are I hope you can see these are snap peas, and they're really heavy. They're like a lot heavier than like real snap peas would be, unless they were like super dry or something. No, actually, then they would be even lighter. I know. I am not a botanist. And then this will be for the nautical tree. We've got a nice old lighthouse with it's on a very crystalline shore. Let's see. There we go. I don't know where I can put this where it's not going to catch too much light. But anyway. And, oh, I thought of you, Abby Jean, when I saw this one. Because it's golden red, and I know that's what you did at Christmas this year. It's Candy Cane Jingle Bell. Oh, that would be fun to mess with a cat's head with that. Okay, so yeah, it's this, yeah, candy cane, gold and red jingle bells. And we have a couple more things. Anna says, I've been collecting spooky Halloween ornaments for years slowly. I want to do a spooky tree. That would be fun. I have this cool perfume bottle. You'll notice it's number 24. It's like they took Chanel number 19 and Chanel number 5 and added them together to get number 24. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway. And two more. My mom saw this one and she's like, why? Why? And I said, because it's a calculator. But it doesn't have anything on the screen. I don't know how many of you have had truck with these kinds of calculators, but in olden times, high school, junior high school boys would use the numbers to tap out quasi-naughty words. Yeah, this is what, some things never change or some things have changed. I don't know. And then one last one, which is a little dragon, a cute little dragon. So those are the ornaments and the garlands. Okay. And it could be time for a 30-minute sprint, or do people want to say stuff? Or are people ready to start reading or rocking out or napping or doing other stuff? Abby Jean says, cute. Yeah, I like them. I keep forgetting I have the capability of putting comments on screen now. I'm still reading them because some people might be in a position where they can hear, but they can't see. Sorry about that. Trying to get you. Okay. Probably should have warned people for seasickness. So, okay. So, hang on. I'm unfortunately a sprint. I'll get a bit more cleaning done than read some. Okay. I'm up for a sprint. Autocorrect. Predictive text. Sprint. I'm pretty tired too. Busied my hinder. Busied my butt cleaning today. I'm about to start reading Space Oddity by Catherine M. Valente. And oh, it's busted my butt. I kind of like busied my butt. I busied my butt. Okay, so we'll do a 30-minute sprint, which will take us to just about that'll take us to 3:15 my time, 3:15 the hour. So I will once more post the link for the radio station for anybody who's interested. And I will also say that we are sprints until 15 minutes past the hour. Okay. LOL, says Abby Jean. Okay, I'm going to mute you guys, and I'm not muting you. I'm muting me, and I'll see you in a half an hour. Okay, is anybody still left after that? I was rocking out. They just kept playing songs I knew, sort of. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Okay, and Abby Jean is letting us in on her dinner plans. Chicken is marinating. I'm trying the cilantro lime chicken and rice recipe from the site Megan liked. Hot chocolate made. Reading, nada. Abby Jean is laughing about PEBCAC. Problem exists between keyboard and chair. Megan says, oh, Abby, that's awesome. Let me know how you like it. I'm in charge of making the post, but not the recipes and putting everything together. Deborah says, still here. Appreciate it. I actually, oh, phooey. I don't see, oh, here it is. When I pulled the garland off the cart, I dropped one of my butterflies that had migrated to perch upon the garland. So yes, I think of you whenever I use them or move them around or whatever. Okay, and whoops. I'm here, says Ana. Something or other. Stormy's like, thumbs up. She's like, yeah, I can put up with a certain amount of nonsense. Got some of my craft supplies organized, says Ana. Awesome. And then she adds, I despise typing on my tablet. And Abby Jean says, will do, Megan. They're giving feedback on the recipe, I would think. Okay, so I didn't get very far with my books because I was rocking out, and secondly, sometimes determining exactly how to summarize the book in just a few words, like a trope or whatever, is a little challenging. However, as I was going through these, I noticed something interesting about the covers. We have a lady with a long face. Okay, this dude is actually kissing her neck, but for the most part, these are not clinch covers. In fact, in most of them, the female protagonist is dominant in the picture, and the male is kind of not quite so prominent, off to the side. We're centering women here. Okay. Okay. Sometimes, well, this is a reissue, but sometimes there's no dude at all. Let's see. Okay, here we have a lady, a dude, and some birds. Abby Jean says, interesting. Here we have a lady and two dudes. Okay, now he's bigger, but he's receded a bit. Here we have a very 70s lady and no dude. If Sarah's still here, I wonder if she has any inside knowledge about this. Oh, and this lady just looks like Kate Jackson from Charlie's Angels, Sabrina Duncan. She's got the hairstyle and everything, and she's just like stone cold chilling. She's like, dude, no, I buy my own flowers. Thank you very much. Okay, she looks like she's eyeing him like he's like a marshmallow Pete. Like she's just gonna bite the head off. Well, she doesn't have her own name. She's just Jake Howard's wife, but where's Jake Howard? Nobody knows. Another lady with no dude. The wet look. She's got the wet look and a lion, but no dude. Unless, well, no, it's not. I don't think this is a shifter romance. OMG, says Abby Jean, Jake Howard's wife. Okay. We have her. She looks all serious and like she's got stuff on her mind. And he looks like he is sitting having drinks at the Chuckle Hut, listening to a local comedian. And oh, she looks very happy, and she's got Neuschwanstein. And somewhere in here, there was one that really cracked me up. I think it was the one that had the birds. Yeah. Nope, that wasn't the one. Okay, I'll probably not find it again, but it's like this lady who goes off into like the wilds of Sierra Leone, to look for her fiance. She's like British or whatever. And this like tough, rough, domineering mercenary who's helping her is like, his name is Dave Nelson, like news radio, like Dave Foley on news radio, which just totally cracked me up. I was just like, okay, a lot of these totally cracked me up. I'm going to look at my spreadsheet. Okay, we have marriage of convenience for the baby's sake. Love triangle, she loves the jerk. Custody battle. Someone bet him, what is it? Someone bet him he couldn't make her fall for him. So it's just like, and then there's one that I just summarized as yikes. Okay, yes, Stormy, these covers are very cool. And I really like the way there's, like I said before, there's like a whole variety of different styles on them. You know, you've got, like, if you compare just, I just grabbed these three from a stack, and you've got this one. I think that guy looks like David Frost from like Frost Nixon, the journalist. Okay, so you've got this one, which is very photorealist kind of style. And then you have this one that's like the brush stroke, where you can see the brush strokes, broad brush strokes. That's cool. And then you have this one that's less photorealistic. I mean, it's kind of photorealistic, but it's more illustration-like. It's really, really interesting. And they've got a stinking pig palazzo there. Well, it's a big country house. It's just really interesting because now I think you kind of get maybe one or two different styles, and that's it. So it's interesting that they actually maybe took a few more risks back then. Anyway, so like I said, I had such a good time with the retro romance vlog that I did last month. I'd like to do one again this month, but I don't know what books I should read. Let's see, we got another comment here. Stormy wants to know, are you basing tropes on what is said on the back? Because I never can tell what it is unless it's really obvious. LOL. Yeah, I'm trying to, but sometimes it is a little bit hard to tell, or it's hard to summarize it in like a trope. I mean, let's see if I can find one that I was like, I don't know what's going on here. Let's see if, anyway, like I said, it would be kind of cool if somebody could, all of you, any of you, could come up with like maybe some prompts that I could base my next retro romance reading vlog on, if you want. I'm probably 3 is about the right number of books for me to do on one of those. Okay, that one's pretty obviously a fake relationship deal. Okay, that's Sisters and Rivals. Okay, there was one of these that I was like, I do not know what is going on here. Anyway. Okay, the thing is the way they do these summaries is you can see there's like a quick sentence up here, and then there's the summary, and then that down here is like information about the author. So like this one, he despised her, but wanted her as a wife. Maybe I should just do a line in the spreadsheet that contains that like one sentence summary. Kim was caught in her own trap. She seemed to be reliving a story. Piers's love had been all Rebecca wanted. Again, the name Piers, since it's not very common in the US, all I can think of is Piers Morgan. One love forgotten, another forbidden. So, I mean, like, this is like, it's the drama. I think that's what I liked about them then, and what I find appealing about them now is just like this. It's like we're getting the tea spilled. we're finding out what's going on with these people. And it is very, very dramatic, almost improbably so. But then that's why it's fiction. So, books with creepy houses in the back. Do you have any of those? Or do one just based on what the tagline says? Maybe I could just like, if people want to do like a thing where they just throw out some keywords and I can just look until I find a tagline that has a keyword like that. Let's see. Well, we had the one where we had the pink house on top. And I would say if it weren't Pepto-Bismol pink, I wouldn't consider that to be a creepy house. But, and it's not in back, it's on top. But, you know, I think it's close enough. Stormy Rapture. Oh, okay. This is older, or this is like they changed the format because this does not have, or this is like maybe some of these were reissues. This one does not have that tagline. Thank you for reminding me what those are called. This is a tagline. Stormy Rapture. I would just like to make it quite clear, Simon smiled grimly, that I am not running a charity. I expect to be fully rewarded for what I do, and don't you forget it, my dear Liza. His words rang in Liza's ears. This man was devious. Her eyes sparkled with angry resentment, but she couldn't afford to indulge in hurt pride. For the time being, Simon must be allowed to think what he would. My gosh. He sounds like a real charmer. Okay, what do we got here? Stormy says, I have some castle type houses. I have some with castle type houses in the background. Yeah, those are always cool. Although sometimes I think that I like those. I think McMansion. It's like I don't think that it was taking place in like the suburbs of Kansas City or something. In a McMansion, I think it was like probably, you know, like they have the French chateau or the Italian, what do you call this? Castello. But anyway, yeah, this guy sounds like a really like somebody you want to, you know, embark on life's adventure with. Okay. So yeah, I kid these because, you know, they're fun. And like I said, you get to have the tea spilled. It's like gossip about people who never existed. And if they did, it was many decades ago in a different world indeed. So, okay, how's everybody doing? What do we think? Like I said, this is going to be a very long project indeed. I actually already did this with my Candlelight Ecstasy romances. So it didn't take as long as I thought it would, but then I have like 4 times as many Harlequin Presents as I did Candlelight Ecstasy. So there is that. Dead silence. People are busy. They're doing stuff. I like Abby G's like, yes, I was about to say people are busy. They're like, let's sprint. We want to sprint. And then Abby Jean stepped up and said, let's sprint. Okay, let us sprint. We are going, okay, it is fun. It's 28 past the hour. And I think I'm going to round up. So we can go, well, now it's 29 past the hour. So let's go until the hour, which for me on the East Coast is 4 o'clock. For some of you, it is not. Okay, so let's see. That'll be going until sprinting until the top of until okay. Oops. Okay, it's time to come back. It's time to come back. Okay, thank you, Abby Jean. But all of the instructions I've seen seem to be referencing older versions of Google Sheets. So they're telling me to do options that I don't see. I'll have to approach this when I'm a little less tired because I'm having a good time with my little summaries. And other people might enjoy them as well. Who knows? Oh, wow. Okay. I did find, and yeah, Stormy, every time I think I've got Google Sheets figured out, it does something weird to me. So I feel your pain. But at least you have your, you know what numbers you have. I did find some of those summaries that just like don't really tell you what's going on. Okay. Oh, but first, a cover. Are we ready for a cover? Because I picked this cover. I wanted to share this cover because the lady um on the cover kind of looks like Wonder Woman, Linda Carter, Wonder Woman. Do others see this resemblance, or is this just me being like face blind and saying, oh, she has blue eyes and brown hair, she must be Linda Carter? Let's see if I can, there we go. Okay, Deborah says it does. Okay, good. Because I do tend to be face blind, so, but I thought, you know, she's got, well, it's also the hairstyle too. Yeah. She's got Linda Carter, and he, I think because of the bow tie, I think he's the 11th Doctor. Yeah. And Stormy also sees a resemblance. So cool. I'm not, you know, I'm not seeing things. And like I said, I think because of the messy hair and well, the longish hair and the bow tie, he looks like Matt Smith as the Doctor on Doctor Who. Wonder Woman and Doctor Who. I would read that story. I would watch that show. I would subscribe to that newsletter. Okay. Uh, uh, let's see. There was a one. Okay. Here's here's an example of one of these summaries that is just like, what? Did they leave out a couple of sentences there? This is All the Fire by Anne. I'm not sure if it's pronounced Mather or Mather because there are a couple of prominent people with that surname in US history, and one of them was Mather and the other was Mather. So, Anne M. Me, I'm a loner, Dimitri said sardonic. What the hey? Am I still on? Okay. Me, I'm a loner, Dimitri said sardonically. I want no little woman to warm my slippers on a winter's evening and cook me exotic Eastern food. Joanne was furious, as much with herself as with him. It was no use speculating now on what might have happened if she had not written the letter, but she still could not understand why suddenly everything was going wrong. I mean, I did not skip any sentences. I did not skip any words. That is like legit what it says. I don't know. Anybody have any insights? Should I read it just to find out? Exotic Eastern food? Anyway, so there's that. I have no idea what's going on in that story. And there was an, what did I do with it? Here's another one that's a little obscure. And I pulled this one too because I don't know if it was you, Stormy, or Sarah was reading something by Mary Burchell. Anyway, love made the choice. It preferred Pepsi in a blind taste test. To Antonia, let's see. Stormy says, this is why I have hardly any tropes on my spreadsheet. Yeah, some of these, well, I think some of them I just have like question mark. Like one of them, it was just yikes. Oh, and I've already run across two where he's her guardian. My goodness, Daddy Longlegs has a lot to answer for. A lot. Oh, Megan's going. Oh, right, because you got to go teach people the joys of English as a second language. Go in good health, and I will talk to you at some point between now and Monday, if that's cool. Okay. Okay, so love made the choice. To Antonia. Oh, wait, there's something. Stormy says, I started reading one by her at the end of Retro Romance Readathon, but put it to the side for the mysteries. The mystery is, what is that about? Oh, with the time change, they're an hour later, right? Okay, cool. Well, I will like I said, let's connect. I'll DM you, or you can DM me sometime between now and Monday. Yes, let me know about Monday. Yeah, as far as I know, it's still on. So I need to figure out how to add somebody. So I need to find somebody to be my little guinea pig. Okay, but we'll figure it out, or I'll figure it out, or it'll be just like a cluster storm. Who knows? Okay, back to Love Made the Choice again. Pepsi, the choice of a new generation. To Antonia, drama was something that happened to other people until the day when the pleasant prosperity she had always known was abruptly swept away and she had to face the appalling fact that her own father was a criminal. She felt that the only thing she could do in the circumstances was to leave home and make a new life for herself, and that was how she came to know the impressive, magnificent, but faintly mysterious Maximilian Shaw, who gave her a job but then swept her willy-nilly into a series of adventures that neither of them could have foreseen. Okay. Like, did they become international jewel thieves inadvertently? Together they fight crime? I mean, I'm kind of, the vagueness is kind of intriguing to me, I gotta say. Maybe that's what I should do. I should like go through my kind of summaries, tropes, whatever, and like just read the ones that I could not categorize. That might be a thing to do. Okay. So we've been at it for slightly over 2 hours now, and like I said, I did not sleep last night. So normally at this point I'd be good for another 30-minute sprint, but how do people feel about signing off and having unstructured free time? Well, I'm having a whale of a good time with these, I gotta say. I got more done than I anticipated, that I thought I would, so that's cool. I hope you guys had fun with it, as did I. And like I said, this is probably going to take a while, even though it's going faster than I expected it to. So, oh, heck, cannot read. Abby Jean says, we can call it. 4:30 is my time to go anyway. And she says, thanks for the sprints. Hope you get some rest tonight. I don't know. Maybe I should have one of the stuffed animals hit me on the head with like a cartoon clown hammer or something. That always works in Looney Tunes. Stormy says, whatever you want to do is fine. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. Wait, what did I get some relaxing in? Well, this has actually been fairly relaxing. For once, I'm not like running back and forth from the hall and getting up and down off the floor, because definitely get some good rest, says Deborah. Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, I am going to be doing the live stream on Monday, every other Monday. That one is not sprints. That is just book discussion. I'm toying with calling it Book Talk with Sock. But I said that to my mother, and she made a face like she was going to disown me. So maybe I won't. Anyway, so we're in the middle of the series where we're talking about like books we would recommend or look into, or suggest to people who want to try a new genre. And this Monday, it is mystery. and thrillers, time permitting. So that will be what we're doing. I know that for like Stormy, that's the same time that she's doing she's co-hosting sprints with Sarah. I'll probably drop in after my live stream because that usually only goes for like an hour or so. But for those of you who are interested, that is something, of course, you can watch it back. I think like with sprints, they're not always as fun to watch back. I think with sprints, you kind of want to be there in the moment. With something like the book discussion, if you're interested in the topic, that's something that you can probably watch back without, losing too much the way you would if you're just trying to watch back a sprint. Maybe some people do like watching back sprints. I mean, they've said so, but I don't know. Sometimes for me, it falls a little flat. Stormy says, I like that title. Okay, well, it just takes one person saying, oh, maybe you could do that. I'll be like, oh, yes, that's my whole personality now. That's what happened with the tiaras. One time B made an offhand comment several months ago, and then I was like, oh, yeah, now I'm a middle-aged lady wearing a tiara and talking about books. So, yeah. And Abby Jean says, me too, Storm. Book talk with Sock. Okay, it's official. It has been moved, seconded, and yes, there is clearly a hunger out there for a show called Book Talk with Sock. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for showing up, and I appreciate it. It's always a good time, and even when I'm feeling like tired or whatever, it just kind of brings a smile to my face. It's a high point of the day. Well, that and cake. I wonder if there's any left. Yeah, sorry, just thinking about cake. Anyway, I hope you had a good time, and I hope to see you next week. Bye, everybody. It's saying, there we go.